Hi, I'm Lily. Let's explore and find amazing treasures in thrift stores.
I recently found cat-shaped object I thought was a cool mirror at a thrift store. It had an interesting shape and looked like it could add a nice touch to my room. I grabbed it without hesitation, but there was one thing I didn't notice at first. It had a plug. When I finally got home and plugged it in, I was in for a big surprise. It wasn't just a mirror, it was a light-up mirror. The light gave it a whole new vibe, and I couldn't believe how cool it looked. What started as a simple thrifting find turned into a delightful discovery. The fact that it was only $15 made it even more amazing, and I'm so glad I decided to take it home. It's now one of my favorite pieces in the room. I recently stumbled upon a hilarious and unexpected find at a thrift store, a quirky item known as the menstruation mallard. At first glance, I thought it was just a cute, unusual duck figurine, but upon closer inspection, I realized it had a unique purpose. It was designed as a holder for menstrual products. Priced at only $6.25, it was a steal, and I couldn't help but chuckle at the concept. The quirky nature of the item instantly won me over. It was one of those pieces that make thrifting so fun, discovering odd, humorous, and sometimes downright bizarre things that you wouldn't find anywhere else. This little duck had a personality all its own and became a funny, one-of-a-kind addition to my collection of unique finds. A few months ago, my daughter paid just $13 for a sweatshirt at a thrift store. It seemed like a cute find at the time, but we had no idea how special it actually was. Then, out of curiosity, my wife looked it up one evening and discovered that it was a limited edition piece by a designer named Kai. Not only was it a rare find, but it was also worth hundreds of dollars. I was honestly shocked. It's one of those moments where you get reminded that sometimes the best finds at thrift stores can be hidden treasures that end up being worth so much more than you expect. One day, while browsing through a thrift store, I stumbled upon something that immediately caught my eye: a frog-shaped telephone. This quirky phone, looking like it came straight out of the 80s, had a playful design with bright colors that I just couldn't resist. It was one of those items that stood out from everything else. Upon closer inspection, I realized it wasn't just a novelty piece, it was fully functional. When I tested it, the phone made a unique cricket-like sound when it rang, which made me laugh. Although it's not practical for modern-day use, it adds such a fun and whimsical touch to my home. I couldn't leave without it, knowing it would be a great conversation starter whenever people came over. It's definitely one of my favorite finds in my collection of thrifted treasures. While I was browsing through a thrift store one day, I found a jacket that immediately caught my eye. It had a unique look, and I could tell it was something special. However, when I showed it to my mom, sister, and boyfriend, they all told me to leave it behind. They didn't think it was worth the price, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I had to have it. Despite their advice, I decided to buy it for $40. Once I got home, I was determined to restore it to its former glory. I soaked it in a mixture of water and vinegar to clean it, and then I used a leather conditioner to bring it back to life. After a couple of rounds of conditioning, the jacket looked brand new. It was an incredible transformation, and I was so glad I trusted my instincts. That jacket ended up being one of my best thrift store finds, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. While I was browsing through a thrift store, I spotted a mug that I just couldn't put down. The moment I laid eyes on it, I knew I had to have it. Its design was quirky and unique, and I instantly felt drawn to it. I had only planned to do a quick browse, but this mug completely stopped me in my tracks. The best part? It was only $2.14. It felt like such a small victory to find something so special at such a great price. That mug is now one of my favorite pieces, and every time I use it, it brings a smile to my face, reminding me of that perfect thrift store find. The other day, I went to a thrift store and I couldn't believe what I found. While casually walking around, I stumbled upon 2 handmade rocking chairs. They were exactly the kind of piece I'd been dreaming of for a while. What surprised me even more was the price. Only $20 each. Although they had clearly been used, they were still sturdy and beautiful, thanks to their handcrafted quality. I knew I couldn't pass up this chance. Not only would these rocking chairs be a great addition to my home decor, but they also offered a sense of warmth and relaxation that would be perfect for my living room. The craftsmanship made them feel truly valuable, and I was thrilled to take them home. Once I got home, I quickly placed them in the corner of the room where the natural light streams in. The space instantly felt cozier, and I knew I had brought home something special and had become a cherished part of my home. I had been eyeing a piece of furniture at a thrift store for over a month. It's a sofa adorned with stunning patterns, featuring a whimsical design of a monkey riding an elephant. When I first saw it, the price tag read $200, which seemed a bit too high for me, so I kept watching it. Then yesterday, I walked in and was pleasantly surprised to see a clearance sign. Everything was 75% off, and the price on the item had dropped from $200 to $100. But there was a catch. It had to be taken off the premises immediately. I jumped at the opportunity and ended up getting the piece for just $25. It felt like such a steal, especially since I had been waiting for a price drop. Now, it's mine, and I'm so glad I didn't let it slip away. I was out thrifting one day when I finally came across something I had been searching for. A true white whale find. It was a vintage item that immediately caught my eye. It had a quirky inscription on it that read, "Perchance this cupcake will show it to thee. Wouldst thy fortune like to see?" I had no clue what it meant, but something about it felt special, like a hidden gem. What made it even more thrilling was the price. Only $20. After all the time I'd spent searching, finally finding it was such a satisfying moment. One day, my mom found me the cutest Jansport strawberry bag at a thrift store for just $10. That's so great! I had wanted that exact bag for a while, but I never told her about it. I did a quick search on their website, and this for about $55 when new? What a steal! I'm beyond excited. I couldn't believe my luck. It was perfect in every way, just the right size with so much space and the adorable strawberry design that I absolutely love. It felt like a thoughtful surprise, and I couldn't help but feel grateful that she knew me so well.